So, whether you're planning to immigrate abroad or study abroad, you all have to prepare for the IELTS exam.
रिसेंटली हमने भी अपना आइल्स का पेपर दिया है अभी और जब हम आइल्स का पेपर दे रहे थे तो आइल्स रीडिंग राइटिंग लिसनिंग एंड स्पीकिंग वी वर जस्ट थिंकिंग कि यार स्पीकिंग में क्या करना चाहिए. हमने बहुत सारे यूट्यूब चैनल देखे, हमने बहुत सारे रिसोर्सेज पढ़े. सो इन दिस वीडियो वी हैव एक्चुअली मेड अ प्रीटी short list of what all aspects that are required in IELTS speaking. So we have got a beautiful approach on how to really ace your IELTS speaking test. So please stay tuned and do subscribe our channel and please hit the like button if you like the video.
So, hello everyone, I'm Sheena.
My name is Sambhav.
And today's agenda is going to be, we are going to discuss the structure of the exam, the evaluation criteria, and lastly, we are going to talk about some tips that you can take along with you for your next IELTS exam.
So IELTS speaking is generally for 10 to 15 minutes.
And it is a one-on-one exam with the examiner. So whether you appear for computer-based or written-based, in both you'll have to be with the examiner.
Also, whether you are choosing IDP or you're choosing British Council, you're going for a computer-based test or a written test, they're all the same for IELTS speaking. Now let me explain you how the structure is when it comes to IELTS speaking.
So there are 3 sections in the speaking exam. General questions, second is topic, and thirdly you are going to get some random questions or follow-up questions.
So coming on to the first section, which is general questions, you're asked to, the moment you enter the room, you're asked to, you'll be greeting the person and you're asked to basically present your identification, which is generally your passport. I think with that respect, they are not judging you, they are not scoring you on that part. The moment they hit the record button with the small device that they have, that is when your IELTS exam start. Now, with the first section, it's going to be about 5 minutes and you are asked a series of questions. Now, these can be anything from your work, study, your hometown, your home, your birthdays, or anything. So generally what I've heard is that what do you do, where do you work, where do you live, and the technique here is basically you don't have to give a one-word answer or just even a short answer. You have to describe it. Now, if I've been asked like where do you work, I can just say that I work in this XYZ company, but I have to tell them a little bit more about it. So I can tell that the company is based out of this country. I've been working as my role. It's been like this long and it's been going good. So you have to spend about 5 seconds or maximum 10 seconds to an answer. But the cue here is to basically describe everything. Now this is the section 1 of IELTS speaking.
So moving on to the section 2, in this you are given a topic.
Now in section 2, whenever you get a topic, you have something like this. Like I'm taking an example for gift. So describe a gift you recently gave to someone. You should say who gave it to you, what kind of gift it was, what the gift was, what was the occasion. So the intent here is for you to talk about these things in the next 2 minutes. Now I would suggest it is not a mandate that you have to follow it in a pattern or you have to even talk about those pointers. The only thing is that the topic, whichever topic it's given to you, you have to just elaborate and talk about that for the next 2 minutes. You get 60 seconds to prepare for that. You will be given a pen and a paper. You can write down if you want to, and then you can start whenever you're ready in the next 60 seconds.
So let us tell you the secret approach that we applied and scored band 9.
I got a 8.5 in speaking and she
7.5.
Right. So I think the approach that we followed was pretty simple. We followed a YouTuber, it's E2 IELTS, and they had a beautiful approach here. Now, it is basically a PPF approach. Now, a PPF approach stands for past, present, and future. Now, what a PPF approach is? Now, with past, present, and future, you have a topic like we gave an example for gift. You can actually write down 3 instances of the same thing, and it is perfectly fine. I think my topic when I was giving IELTS, it was about an advice. So what advice was given to you, or who gave you the advice, why did you give the advice, something like that. So with the BPF approach, what you have to do is you have to just split your answers in 3. You can tell the examiner that I'm going to talk about 3 gifts which I got, or 3 advices, or 3 colors, depending on what the cue card is. Now with past, present and future, you have to talk about, let's say, the past. Now I can start by saying in my childhood, or when I was a child, in the past I was Now, with this, you're talking about something that has happened in the past for next 30 seconds. You'll be using all the past tenses. Now, this will give you an edge because you have another two stories to talk about and you have a lot of time there. Now, with present, you can start with something like recently or currently, I'm doing this or I had this, something like that. So, in the present scenario, what happened? And in the future, it's pretty simple. So, you can start by saying in the future, or I will be doing this, I would want to, something like that. So here you're actually using complex sentences, you're using the right sentences as well in the right word, you're using different grammatical approach. And most important here is that with the PPF you're not stuck with something, you don't have to really stretch something for long, you have three different things to talk about, so you have a good amount of time there. So this is really an effective technique, and like I said, I scored 8.5. It really worked out for me. I didn't even take that 60 seconds which I got. I was like, I've got the question for advice. Okay, let's start with what advice I gave in the childhood. I can even make up things, so they are not, judging you on the basis of if you're telling the truth or a lie. It's just on the context and the pronunciation.
Now the third section is all about follow-up or random questions. This takes usually 5 minutes, and these are set of questions that are linked to section 2 and will be asked in any manner. So for example, food. So do you think diet is important? What is balanced diet? What is the typical diet of people in your country? Or do many people eat in restaurants in your country? Or why do some people enjoy eating out? So it could be a series of questions, and they can either be related to the topic that you were asked or could be something very general also.
Now the next thing is evaluation criteria. Now these are certain parameters where they will judge you and they would give you the score, which is your band in IELTS speaking. And there are 4 parameters, which is fluency and coherence, lexical resource, which is your vocabulary, grammatical range and your accuracy, and the last one is pronunciation. So now each category would give you score, and on the basis of that you would get your band in IELTS speaking. First one is fluency and coherence. Now fluency is basically the way you're talking to the person or the examiner, how complex your sentences are, or probably you're not using any repetitive words, you're explaining them consistently, you're making your sentence, so constructing your sentences in a way that it does not sound odd. Now the second thing is lexical resource.
In lexical resource, you just have to showcase that you have a good vocabulary. When we say good vocabulary, you do not need to use very hi-fi or fancy words. You can just interact like we normally do in our daily life, but make sure you're not making it very repetitive.
And third one is grammatical range and your accuracy. Now grammatical range and accuracy is basically what kind of verbs, nouns, adjectives are you using, or are you basically making your sentences complex? Now when I say complex sentences, these can be joining two simple sentences and making it sound like you can use words like although, I was going there, however. So all of these will make your conversation more professional and it will sound better. And this is where your grammatical range would come in. And you can also make use of good tenses so that it is more accurate when you're talking to. And the last category is the most important as well, pronunciation.
So in this, you have to make sure that when you're speaking, it should be effortless to understand for the listener. So you just have to be very clear. Do not make it very slow or very fast paced. Just be very normal.
And also make sure that the words that you're using, if you are I have heard some of the people, they have mother tongue issues, they pronounce certain words in a certain way. So just make sure that you practice this in front of a mirror or probably with a friend, and you are very clear with your pronunciations. You're pronouncing the words in the right manner. So if you're here with us till now, we have some tips for you to prepare for your IELTS speaking test.
So firstly, you have to practice. Like we have discussed before, that you have to practice speaking. Now this is something that you can do in front of a mirror or in front of someone else who can just guide you and correct wherever you are wrong. Secondly, during your speaking exams, during your this 10 to 15 minutes, you have to enjoy. You cannot just be like very reserved or be shy. Just try to talk very confidently and in a very natural manner. And that will help you to be very relaxed during the test and help you score better marks. Thirdly, you can try to relate things with your real life. Sometimes we are able to extract some examples, and sometimes we just have to be creative in our mind and try to work on the idea that first pops up.
And I think I've also discussed this in the video previously. They do not judge you on the content that you talk about. You can, when I started my IELTS speaking, I was asked, describe my house. Now, I was describing that I have a jungle behind my house, and I have a pool, and I have like a playing ground on the terrace. So I can talk about anything. It's just the the way I'm talking to the examiner and how I'm explaining that. Now, one more thing that I want to add in the tips is basically when you are preparing for section 1 and section 2. Section 1, you can always refer to some of the IELTS apps and websites that I've mentioned in the description below. For section 2, I think we've already given you the technique, so you better start today. Start preparing couple of topics and do the PPF method. Write down those PPF things that you can talk about and see if you are able to make that 2-minute mark.
And also try to record this somewhere and listen to it again so that you'll be knowing where you have made some mistakes.
So that is it from our side, and if you have found this content helpful, I would really appreciate if you can hit the subscribe button and the bell icon next to it, and also hit the like button. And if you have any questions, please put that on the comments below. Thank you so much and cheers.
Bye bye.